Trade for Jonah Williams. Jonah Williams. Let me tell you what Jonah Williams isn't good. He is kind of like Mike McGlinchey. Now they passed more on Cincinnati, but he just got replaced, and he gave up 11 sacks last year, 10 sacks the year before that, and 7 the year before that. So I would say probably not on Jonah Williams. He was the 11th pick in the draft, went to Alabama, not a great athlete, kind of gets abused in the NFL. Maybe he'd better on the right side, or maybe he's a guard.
I know we still need a right tackle, obviously, but that whole McGlinchey thing, I've been on your show a few times, and I've definitely been like a component of like McGlinchey being trash. I don't know. McGlinchey just was too slow, and in obvious passing situations, he got abused. Like, that's just what it is. So, in terms of free agents, though, there's really no one out there on the market right now at right tackle. I mean, Caleb McGarry got re-signed to Atlanta on a 3-year deal. So, unless you're going to
think about McGarry, like, he's kind of McGlinchey-esque in pass protection. He's just
exactly,
he's
100%.
just a much better run blocker than McGlinchey is at this point in his career.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So there's really, unless you're going to go pick up somebody else's leftovers to be your right tackle.
Like Jonah Williams.
Right, yeah, like Jonah Williams. Yeah. And it's funny because Jonah Williams, me being in Sacramento, like I remember when Jonah Williams was big at Folsom High School.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, so that's just crazy. The whole
Didn't he leave Folsom early to go to college?
He
did.
Stuff? Like,
he did.
Yep. Yeah, he did. So yeah, he was a big name at the time, but it's just crazy that he's like trash with the Bengals. Yeah, but anyway.
Well, go back and look at his draft, his combine results. I know athleticism isn't everything, but he was not a good athlete. I mean, he was.
No, he wasn't. He definitely was in the 5. Yeah. I want to say 5'10s to 5'20s in his 40s.
No, and like his 3-cone, his 20-yard shuttle, like he's not super fluid.
Those ones, yeah.
He's not super, and those are
it's
important
about hip movement.
for linemen. Yep.
Hip movement. But yeah, unless you're gonna go pick up somebody off the street or somebody else's trash. I mean, Taylor Lewan would have been interesting, but he made it public that he does not want to play right tackle. So
it's tricky, right? So what do? Like even McGlinchey, you started him as a rookie. He was a top 10 pick, and he was not a good rookie. Colton Miller was a 15th pick. He was like non-functional as a rookie. No. It's tough. It's hard.
I remember Colton Miller too. I don't remember what high school he went to, but I remember Colton Miller too because when I was in high school, a friend of mine named Jeff, who was 2 years in front of me, he had went against Colton Miller in like lineman camp or whatever, and it was like two giants fighting each other. It was like the greatest thing.
From Redwood City.
Yeah,
and he went to Roseville High School. Born in Redwood City, but went to Roseville High School. Wow,
yeah,
okay.
So like my friend and him, back when my friend was healthy, because he had like a bad injury after that. But when those two were going at it at that lineman camp, it was like two giants fighting each other. Greatest thing.
Interesting.
Hilarious.
When Colton Miller came out, you could see he's got left tackle feet and he's got the left tackle frame.
Oh yeah.
Just give him a year to get strong.
He's very light on his feet. Yeah.
Yeah. McGlinchey's not.
No, he's not. That's why he got switched to right tackle out of Notre Dame.
Right.
Even at Notre Dame, you saw him as like just a heavy-footed, heavy-handed, run-blocking lineman.
Right. And I feel like the Niners tried to make him lighter so he could be quicker, but all that led to was him getting thrown around.
You know what
I'm saying?
That's the thing that really appalled me was watching it. It's just like you got like not just moved. Like you guys can get beat, but you're getting completely abused as a former first-round top 10 pick. Like that's crazy. Yeah. So, but I mean, if that's the case, though, if you're not going to go to free agency, which it doesn't look like we're going to get one in free agency right now, who is it going to be in the draft? Is it that kid out of BYU, Freeland? Is it going to be, you know what I mean?
Is he going to be there at 99, though? I mean, you could get a guy.
There's also another tackle. I don't know his name, but he goes to Alabama or is coming out of Alabama. He was their starting right tackle this year. I know he's not really projected as a high pick. He's a 3rd or 4th round type of projected type guy. I don't know his name, though, but I mean, is it going to be one of those guys, or are you going to, you know what I mean? Are you going to pick up someone's leftovers with like a trade or something? I mean, I don't know. But right tackle definitely needs to be figured out because, I mean, it seems like right now they're content with the D-line. Seems like they're content with linebacker bringing back Finnegan Foles, however you say his last name. Secondary.
I mean, at every single position where there's a question mark, you could be like, hey, man, this guy's got traits. Like Drake Jackson could be something good or, you know, don't write off Spencer Burford, but it's like right tackle. There's no upside there. It's like hopefully Colton McKivitz can be steady. Like,
I mean, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying about the draft because maybe you do what you did last year with Burford and Brunskill, like you switch out McKivitz and whoever you draft in the 3rd, 4th round to do that at right tackle. I mean, I wouldn't be a big fan of that at tackle instead of guard because guard at least you get assistance from your center and your tackle.
Right.
But, you know, it's going to be interesting. I mean, another thing is too that I was kind of sad when I heard about Emmanuel Mosley going to Detroit. So it's like, well, what are you going to do with the other corner spot outside of Ward? Is it going to be Lenore? Is Ambry Thomas going to make a comeback? Are you going to draft another corner for like the fourth year in a row to see if they develop
Yeah.
into something? So
Seems like it's going to be Lenore and Oliver and then maybe Womack working in two, but it seems like Ambry, like, goodbye.
oh yeah, that's right, Oliver. That's right. I forgot we signed him. But yeah,
Oliver. So, I mean, he's not great, but I think the Niners think, you put a guy with some traits behind this front seven, they could do better. I don't know. See if he stays healthy
and,
towards ACL.
and one thing I will say, Grant, is that one of your videos I saw, one thing I'm not a big fan of, but I wouldn't be shocked if it did happen, was the whole theory of Brandon Ayuk getting traded for a first round pick. Like, and
Yeah.
here's the thing, right? I know he's not a part of the clique that Kyle has in his group or whatever, but
Right.
he's by far the best receiver we got. Debo is a weapon, not a receiver.
Right.
And he's under contract now for 3 more years because you gave him that big deal last year after all the drama and whatnot.
Yeah.
So he's not going anywhere unless he just completely does worse than he did last year. So the odd man out who has to get paid is going to have to be Brandon, right? So, I mean, I
Yeah.
doubt they're going to pay Brandon too unless you're going to get rid of one of your other high-priced veterans like Devo or George and those type of guys, which I doubt
Right.
Kyle's going to get rid of. So, and then my other one last thing I just want to say before I know you have to go, but who's going to be the RB2 of this team? Like, we know Elijah Mitchell. I mean, I'm sorry, there is Elijah Mitchell, but who's going to be the change of pace guy outside of those Elijah Mitchell and Christian McCaffrey? Because I know Elijah got hurt for basically 90% of last year, and Jordan Mason in his stead was solid. He was a good running back, but you drafted Ty Davis Price. So is he going to ever touch the field, at least in the red zone area, and be like our version of Zeke? Where he just gets the ball 3 yards in. I don't know. I mean, you have 2 injury-prone running backs, which is Mitchell and Christian McCaffrey. Hopefully Christian stays healthy because we're paying him a lot of money, but he's eventually going to get like an ankle or a foot injury or, something lower body. So I don't know. I hope Ty Davis Price and Jordan Mason really get those type of touches that they deserve because I think Ty Davis Price, when he came out of LSU, was a solid, thicker, bigger back who I think if you put him in the red zone, he can really get in there. But Jordan Mason is just overall like the hardest runner we got right now.
Yeah, those two guys are going to need to step up this year because you never know what you're going to get from Elijah Mitchell. Jose, good call, man.